Good morning, students. Let us continue the next part of the lesson, Independent India. So, rise of regional parties and regional movements. After independence, up to 1967, three elections were held for assemblies and Lok Sabha. In those elections, Congress was won majority seats and they established their governments. But in the elections, 1967 election was a landmark election in the history of India. So in these elections, mostly the people who gained economic and social development, they were participated in these elections more, and in these elections the Congress retained their power with the lowest majority. So previous elections they got more seats, but in these elections they won only in 284 seats, and the same time it was defeated in state level elections or in assemblies like Bihar, UP, Rajasthan, Punjab, West Bengal, Orissa, Madras and Kerala. They lost their power in these states. So this was the first big political transition in India, change in India, political change in India. So the party which had ruled continuously for nearly 30 years was now being challenged. Okay, even but one good thing is, at the time the defeated party did not try to hold the power, but allowed the victorious to form the government. So by this action the democracy was sustained. Okay, this showed that democracy had taken roots in India and the country was moving towards a competitive multi-party system. So at the time Congress was allowed the opposition party to form the governments in the different states where they won majority, and even the Congress party was allowed multi-party system in India. They never tried to suppress. Okay, recently in 17th Lok Sabha elections, nearly 350 political parties were participated in elections. Okay, like that. Next, the prominent losses for the Congress included Tamil Nadu and Kerala. They lost their power in those states from 1967. Since 1967 till now, the Congress unable to get power in Tamil Nadu. So other than Congress governments only there in Tamil Nadu since 1967. Okay, so in Tamil Nadu, DMK, Dravida Munnet Kadagam, I think DMK won by huge margin. So they became strong at the time of anti-Hindi agitations. Okay, even DMK had strong links with the film industry that was established by M.G. Ramchandran, one of the popular hero in the Tamil Nadu. Okay, so that's why DMK won majority in the Tamil Nadu. Even Congress defeated in Kerala and West Bengal and Odisha also. So that's why the Congress became weakened. internally. Okay, so even in other states also they won with narrow majority. And Congress governments in different states was replaced by Samyukta Vidyayak Dal SVD governments. So this SVD governments means these are the coalition governments. What is the meaning of coalition governments? The parties, different parties together form the governments in different states. Okay. So the new governments established in the different states, and in these elections the first time some different castes who are benefited from the land reforms and acquired some degree of economic standing gained political power. So these castes included the Jats in Haryana and Uttar Pradesh, Kurmis and Koiris in Bihar, Lodas in MP, as well as Yadavs in all these states, the Reddys and Kammas in Andhra Pradesh, the Vakkalingas in Karnataka, and Vellalas in Tamil Nadu. So those were gained political power in these elections. So these are the dominant castes in their respective states. Even now also all the political parties are depending on this caste people to won power in those states. So they can influence all political parties in those states. Okay, so these SVD governments who are formed governments in the elections in 1967 elections were however short lived. Why? Because they don't have a common goal, so they joined together to get the power only. Every regional party having their own goals, they don't have a common goal. That's why these governments were replaced immediately. Even today also the regional parties are having their own goals only. They don't have a common goal about nation. So at the time and the same period, some regional sentiments raised in different parts of the country. In Andhra Pradesh, there was a demand for the separation of Telangana. So that agitation was started by students of Usmania University. The main claim was the benefits of development were reaching only few regions of the state. So not only in Andhra Pradesh, in Assam also some agitations were started, and new state called Meghalaya was created in December 1969 based on the linguistic or religion based. Out of the tribal districts of Kasi, Jantia and Garo Hills, those were neglected, and Punjab was formed in the year 1966, but they don't have a own capital, and they fought for own capital between 1968 and 69. In Maharashtra, there was a curious demand of Bombay for Maharashtrians only. So that was led by the Shiva Sena. So like that, different air stations were started in different states, and at the same time, in Kashmir and Nagaland also demanded for their own entity and autonomous power. Again, at this time, communal tensions also raised in different states like Bihar and Gujarat and Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh. Okay, so at that time, Indira Gandhi faced so many challenges, not only in the outside, she faced problems in within her party also. So at the time, she wanted to introduce the different policies like social new social base policies like Garibi Hatao, like that. So one in that elections. Okay, let us discuss about Kashmir issue. So at the time of bifurcation of India, so when in 1947 India got the independence, at the time India was divided into two countries, Pakistan and India. So at the time some provinces like Hyderabad and Travancore, Kashmir, these provinces not willing to join with India, so they want to continue their independence. Okay, so at that time, the ruler was the Hindu, and Muslims were major in the Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir state. The state had a Muslim majority population and was being ruled by a Hindu ruler. Okay, so at the time in 1947, some external some attacks were made by Rajakars supported by Pakistan on Kashmir. So at that time, the king requested Indian government to support them. So, but the Governor General of India, however, held that India forces would be available only after the merge of Jammu and Kashmir to India. So at the time, so many benefits given to Kashmir, including autonomous power, and 370 article was also made to protect the Jammu and Kashmir. So what is the 370 article? So based on 370 article, the Jammu and Kashmir have special powers. So all laws which are passed in India won't implemented in Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir had their own rules and regulations. So even during the period of 1950 and 1990, many attempts were made by the central government to reduce the autonomy of the state and bring it in line with other states, but those were opposed. Finally, previous year, our government abolished the 370 article and they imposed the emergency to implement these changes. Okay, next, Bangladesh war. So in the early 1970, so after elections 1967, so Indira Gandhi formed the government. So in the early 1970, there was a brewing in trouble was brewing in East Pakistan. So at the time, bifurcation of India, Pakistan had given two major parts, West and East. So East Pakistan, what is now Bangladesh, was called the East Pakistan. So there one movement was started against the Pakistan. So that movement for the ascertain of Bengali identity and protest against what was seen as a stepmotherly treatment by West Pakistan. So at the time, general elections were conducted in East Pakistan. So in that elections, the party led by Muzibur Rahman won, but he was arrested and taken to West Pakistan, and he was sent to prison. So at the time, lakhs of people migrated from Pakistan to India. So to liberalize the Bangladesh, so our government intervened into that conflict to establish as an independent country. Okay, finally the Bangladesh was formed as independent country. Okay, next the left turn. Next, until 1971, Lok Sabha and the elections to the Lok Sabha and the Legislative Assembly were held simultaneously in most states. That is called Gemelli elections. Now our government tried to introduce Gemelli elections. What is the meaning of Gemelli elections? So conducting the elections at a time to Lok Sabha and Legislative Assemblies. So until 1961 that system was there, but Indira Gandhi broke this pattern by calling for early elections in 1971. Actually, elections should be conducted in 1972, could be conducted in 1972, but she went for elections early, before completion of 5 years. So Congress went to elections using popular slogan Garibi Hatao. So actually there is no meaning of this slogan. Why? Because since 1947, more than 30 years, the Congress party was only ruled the government, but they were unable to establish stable economy. Even though in 1971 they went elections with the slogan Garibi Hatao. So finally they got major majority in that elections, and Indira Gandhi got the more popularity in those elections. So immediately our India won in the war with Pakistan. That victory also gave more popularity to Indira Gandhi. So in 1971 Lok Sabha elections were held. Immediately in the immediate year, the Legislative Assembly elections also conducted. In that elections, the Congress did well and got more majority, and even Indira Gandhi got more popularity in that elections. Okay, so at the time they introduced different policies to achieve the goals of social and economic transmission. So they tried to nationalize the private banks. They abolished the princely pensions. Okay, they tried to made so many changes in constitution, amendments in the constitution. So at the time Indira Gandhi faced different issues. In 1973 Arab-Israel war was raised. The oil prices to an all-time high and put huge pressure on the government, and inflation and the rise in prices of essential items, scarcity of food, and unemployment began to have an effect. So at the time, the opposition party criticized the Indira Gandhi government, and also they became strong and united under the leadership of Jayaprakash Narayana. So at the time, Indira Gandhi was deseated due to decision of Allahabad court. Indira Gandhi was done some violation in elections, 1971 election. That's why she was unseated. Okay. Later she got the stay from the Supreme Court. So because of all these against situation, so Indira Gandhi tried to impose the emergency in our country. So what is the meaning of emergency? So all the powers had given to president. Okay. So at the time of emergency, so that state or country will be ruled by president with the help of prime minister or council of ministers. So recently we introduced emergency in Jammu and Kashmir to abolish the 370 article. So at the time, usually all the fundamental rights will be suspended. So the opposition party or media won't have any rights to raise their voice. So that is called the emergency. So at the time the democracy was put on hold. So many of the fundamental rights were suspended. Okay. So the government at the time forcibly introduced the demolition of slums and forced sterilization in the name of population control. So they did some actions, and at the time only 42nd Constitution Amendment was brought about a series of changes. So it includes excluding the courts from election disputes, strengthening the central government, vice the state governments, providing maximum protection from judicial challenges to social and economic transformation legislation, making the judiciary subservient to parliament. So all these made in 42nd Amendment. So like that, so many challenges faced by India in this 30 years period. But we achieved some goals in this 30 years period. Those are, we established our stable democracy, and we introduced a multi-party system in our country, and we conducted regular, free and fair elections, and we established the election commission. Even India also set up some autonomous institutions or independent institutions like judiciary, election commission, controller and auditor general. Okay, we faced so many wars at the time, and planning commission was also established, and India gradually became self-sufficient in food production. Okay, and we are unable to give an priority to primary education and public health. We failed in some areas, but even though in this period our leaders achieved some goals. Okay, clear? So with this the lesson is completed. So read the lesson properly and prepare your own notes. Thank you.